Dr. Dolan's private line. Sorry I'm not at home. When you hear the signal, you have 25 seconds to leave a message. Thank you.
Yes, Doctor. You see, I have this little problem with my heart. Seems I went and lost it. Actually, I gave it away to this very handsome man the first time we met. But I won't be seeing him for a while, so I would appreciate it if you could give him a message for me. Would you tell him that I love him more than anything in the whole world?
Message service.
This is Mrs. Dolan.
Yes, Mrs. Dolan. Mr. Decatur called. You can reach him at Quentin 4, 2591.
Thank you.
Page service.
Yes, this is Mrs. Dolan. I have a message to call a Mr. Decatur.
Hold, please.
Hello, Mrs. Dolan. This is Mrs. Jenny Dolan.
Yes?
Then your husband is Dr. Wesley Dolan? I believe he's a surgeon.
Yes.
I'm sure he loves you, Mrs. Dolan. Do you love your husband?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
No, I'm sorry, Mrs. Dolan. Apex doesn't have anybody named Decatur on our subscription list.
Apex answering service.
But that doesn't make any sense.
1 moment, please.
I told you I called him last night through the Apex page service. I talked to him.
Apex answering service.
I'm sure you did if you say so.
1 moment.
It just must have been some other service. Couldn't have been us, Mrs. Dolan.
She's not in now. I haven't called you back.
May I help you?
Apex page service. 1 moment. No, they're out of town. Can I take the message?
Here. Now, don't wipe your sticky fingers on your clothes. What do you say?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, let's get to the point. What do you want to sell me?
What do you mean?
Look, the whole world thinks I got cash poured all over me after Eddie died. Just envelopes full of money. Let me tell you what I got. I got exactly $1,500. That's a year's back alimony. And I got that a week before he died.
Mrs. Owens, I don't want to sell you anything. I'm a newspaper reporter. We're still interested in Eddie Owens.
You're interested. Gonna write another soupy story about the big hero. Why don't you write a story about how he couldn't keep a job? How he couldn't even keep his family, for that matter. Just a big shot with a gun. Oh, we had plenty of money for that cocktail waitress tramp he took up with.
Look, I got a phone call last night threatening my husband's life. Or mine. I don't know, maybe both. Because I'm asking too many questions about Eddie Owens. Now, do you know why I got that phone call?
I wouldn't know. Why don't you ask his girlfriend?
Nancy?
That's right.
The lady I'm with wants to talk to you.
You wanted to see me?
Can we go someplace and talk?
I'm working.
It's about your friend, Eddie Owens.
What did you know about Eddie?
Do you know if he knew any of these men?
Look, lady, I've got a living to make.
I don't need any hassles.
I didn't call you to hassle you. You've been saying things about Ralph Stantlow. I want you to say them to me.
We were friends. We did our NAM time together. I guess he killed the governor, but he wasn't what they say he was. Go on. It's on me.
Thanks. What was he, Mr. Orlando?
After Vietnam, I'm here to tell you he had enough killing. He wouldn't touch a gun. Sure, he was mad at the world. Why not? He got out of the Army. He was an invisible man like me. I got a job. I had an uncle in the Union. He didn't. We're not very smart, people like him and me. But we're smart enough to know when we're getting shafted. You know, Ralph talked a lot about how things ought to be better. But he never threatened to kill anybody.
Witnesses.
I know all about
The gun dealer told the police that Ralph Stantlow bought a gun and said he was going to shoot a politician with it. Joke? Witnesses in 2 beer joints said he was raving about people like Governor Merriman riding the average man's back right into the White House. More jokes?
The only thing he ever said about Merriman, he said he was
How
a
many
good
people
guy.
saw him kill the governor?
Okay, he killed him. He killed him. But the rest of it, the gun, the threats, that was not Ralph Stantlow.
Who was it then, Mr. Orlando?
Hey, what are you hassling me for, lady? Why don't you find the wife of that dead lawyer, that guy named Hardesty, and ask her who killed her husband?
My place is near here. Who are you, anyway?
Newspaper woman. News World Journal. Name's Jenny Dolan.
Why come to me?
You were his girlfriend.
I guess you've been talking to his ex-wife.
Yes.
What did she say about me?
She wasn't very happy about you.
She wasn't very happy about Eddie or anything for that matter. I guess he wasn't much, but I loved him. I'm not much either. What do you want from me?
Whatever happened at the hockey game that night, it wasn't what people think it was.
Well, what was it then?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. I may be getting into trouble over it, because a lot of people don't want me to find out. Are you one of those people, Nancy?
Oh, I'm one of those people. Look, I'm not trying to protect anybody but me. Now, I'm somebody, aren't I?
Yes. You're somebody.
If I tell you something, will you promise to keep my name out of the newspapers?
If that's what you want.
Why don't you sit down? Eddie was involved in something. I don't know what. The men in those pictures. See, I recognize Colonel Weil, the lawyer and the psychologist. I saw their picture in the paper the night after they died.
I know that Eddie thought he was going to get a lot of money for whatever it was. And he did get $1,500, but he gave that to his wife. Said it was for the boy. But he told me not to worry, that there'd be a lot more. And then that night, the night before Eddie died, he asked me to come over to his place. But he called and told me not to come, that he had to have a meeting with